You can start the Instagram. All right, we are back officially, man. Of course, thank y'all for y'all patience. It's the Morning Brew. I'm yours truly, Don P, coming right back at you. I got my main man, Mr. Servon, in the building. I see shot underscore baby one in the building. And we are working very diligently to get y'all guys back up online and working like we supposed to. I think I figured it out. Now I gotta work on my camera angles. But in the meantime, in between time, let's get this party rolling. Shouts out to my man DJ Platinum in the building. Really real. I think got a chance to see my boy Really over the weekend, man. We had a good little time.
Is he really real?
This weekend. Yes, he is. He really real. He really real.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. I was checking out a spot. They got a new spot called I think it's Night Bloom.
Night Bloom.
Yeah, I think
Light
that's
Bloom, B-O-L-O.
BLOOM. I think that's how it go. Yeah.
Night Bloom.
Yeah, Night Bloom. Nice little spot. Nice little spot. Man, you got to go check it out. It's actually pretty eclectic. I think it'd be a cool vibe in there. Okay. One of the things I always talk about in New Orleans is New Orleans having enough of venues where you could get some diversity and be around some different people. And one thing I could say about this particular spot, very diverse, very different. Like I've seen a lot of different people. I think I was saying that night, like a lot of times when you go to places in New Orleans, you see the same people. You know who to expect to see when you go to the place. Put it like that. This is one of those.
Wait to bloom at night.
This is one of those places where you just see a different
type of individual.
Well, you see different groups of people. You feel what I'm saying? Like
not the usual people that you normally would see.
I think it's just a mixture. Like it's just a mixture. Like I feel like a lot of places in New Orleans, if you go uptown, you're gonna get the uptown crowd. If you go to a bar room, you know what type of people gonna be at the bar room. Like this was a mixture of a bunch of different subcultures.
It's your people.
I mean, it's
feel like the World's Ball in Atlanta.
I mean, it's just I don't know if it's necessarily
crowd like
I don't know if it's necessarily like the World Bar, but
what's the vibe you got though?
I mean, it's just a R&B cool vibe.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of networking. You can see some networking going. You can see some socializing going. You feel what I'm saying? It's a good little vibe.
I got some people on here. Fly Dale 3.
Go ahead, man. Shout out some of your people, man.
Caliber 1999. Chino Dollars. What's up, homie?
Shouts out to Chino Dollar.
One of the boys. Let's see. Good. Wait a minute. I gotta say this the way I gotta say it. Good. I'm gonna say Putty Cat. That's a name there. That's one of them good names.
That's one of them good old Instagram names.
It's Cash Myron Set. Look like it's Cash Myron Set. LG's West Bank and Self-Made 220.
All right, cool beans. I see Miss Nee _Nee. She just tapped in this morning. Just showing some love to some of our people that's tapped in.
Just keeping it true. I feel you, Chino. Got to keep it true. TRU, blood in, blood out.
All right, man. Most definitely, man. We got a lot of topics we're gonna try to get in a short amount of time. We don't have a whole bunch of time left this morning, but we do want to make the best of the time that we do have. I think that was me right there on the volume. I just kind of fixed that. All right, so one of the things that we're going to talk about on the local front, your girl, Jeff Landry partner, Attorney General Liz Morrell, they talking about she may be getting indicted for threatening Helena and the rest of the city officials in the city.
She should have went to the Night Blossom and it might change.
The Night Bloom?
I had to change my voice. Should have went to the Night Bloom.
Nah, man, they was really upset about this whole situation with Calvin Duncan, and of course,
they won't let that go.
It's still going on right now. Like right now, it's still going on. But I think where this particular situation came, if you don't remember, I'll I'll kind of take you guys back. When all of this stuff was going on, the Attorney General sent a letter to Helena, Jason Williams, maybe a couple other people, and said, "Hey, city council members of the city council was a part of this letter," and she was basically telling them if they don't abide by the rules as far as what's going on with the courts and them eliminating those seats, then they could lose their damn job. So she basically threatened a job. And right now, allegedly they saying that she's under investigation for that, saying that she may have bent the law by saying the things that she said in the letter or sending the letter itself.
You can't do that.
Says she possibly could have broke the law. So
what is that called?
It's rumors that said people are already speaking with the grand jury, and then it could be an indictment.
Because now you're weaponizing the government, not you know what I'm saying. My guy Blacks for Trump on here, you know what I'm saying, 25. You know what I'm saying? But you know, not as weaponizing the government, basically using the government as a weapon, your government position, basically saying, you know what I'm saying, that if you don't back away or do what I'm
telling you to do, then it's gonna be a problem.
Liz Morrell really trying to make a name for herself, and you know, her and Governor Jim Crow Landry, instead of fixing our state, which is in last of every we in the last.
Man, they had so many reports coming out right now talking about how bad Louisiana is. You don't even want to go tell nobody you from Louisiana right now.
Alaska got 3 people and 2 mooses out there, and they before us.
That's crazy.
50.
Y'all better come on over to the SIP.
Yeah. I don't know. SIP like that about 48, 47.
We in 50.
Man. And you know, like they be all clapping their hands for the it's run by a red governor, you know what I'm saying? That red side or whatever, man, which I don't get involved in all that craziness, man. But we at the bottom, man. And Liz Morrell over here
ran by a Republican governor.
Look, watch this. My boy Blacks for Trump. Now, you know
straight in the ground.
You know that's Trump. Look, he asks, is Moreno being investigated? Where about your governor that be bootlicking the president?
No, Helena Moreno is not being investigated. That is Liz Morrell, the Attorney General, that is being investigated because she used her power and threatened them people, and you can't do that. Like, I understand that you were like a diehard Republican. I get it, but the law is the law. Like, I mean, the craziest thing about diehard Republicans, you know what? Because I got a couple of things I want to talk about today. And this just diehard Republicans, they fall in that same category of some things that I want to talk about today.
Let's stop saying diehard Republicans.
Some people,
they're not diehard.
What are they?
Okay, let me tell you something. Diehard Republicans. If you were a Republican when Bush Sr., Bush Jr., Reagan was in the office, you are a Republican. Now they're not Republicans. They are Trump fans, or they MAGA. See, it's a big difference.
All right,
because you know what I'm saying.
Well, I put all of them in the same category, but I feel you.
Yeah, because to me, diehard Republicans. Let me tell you something. Diehard Republicans. If you went in their house, they might have a picture of Ronald Reagan in there. They have Bush Sr. in there.
They definitely have a picture of Ronald Reagan in there.
Bush Jr. But Republicans of today,
these new Republicans different.
Yeah, they come newly. They're not Republicans.
Well, my issue is
they're MAGA. See, it's MAGA and it's Republicans.
I think you damn near crazy if you feel like just because you support somebody, just because you rock with them, if you feel like every decision that they make is right.
Somebody asked you a question, buddy.
I don't support anybody to the point where I think that they can do no wrong. Because all of us do wrong. Somebody got a question for me?
Blacks for Trump, my boy at 25, Blacks for Trump 25 said, Don P., what is a woman? Do you think we should abolish police? See,
I didn't say anything about abolishing police. No. I mean, I think I'm a person that always say we got to have law and order. I think our issue is the police got to be police. We can't have police or people that's acting like police or got police clothes on, but committing crimes and being criminals.
Yeah,
I won't.
like the
I
little
won't.
coward that talk and put on.
Yeah, I won't. I
He
won't.
got punched in his face, and
I
that's on
won't. I
BT
won't.
Awards.
I
Yeah.
want police that's fair. You feel what I'm saying? See, one thing about Mr. Black for Trump and people that follow that kind of regime, they always come up with these dumb ideologies saying that, oh, well, we don't want police. No, we want police that don't beat black people because they black. We want police that follow the same laws that I follow. That's what we want.
Let me make this straight. And I think you'll be with this. Also, not all police are bad.
Nope.
There are some great police out there, man. I know a few, and I know a lot across the country.
But the majority of them don't call out the ones that do the wrong stuff. And that's what I also have an issue. Because you could be a great police, a great person, but I question your character if you're going to stand there and watch somebody do wrong, which is the same thing that I'm talking about right now. It is a possibility that Liz Muriel, the attorney general, could have possibly overused her power. Because really, in all actuality, she didn't have to send a letter threatening the city council or the mayor or anything like that. She could have let that play out in court. She made a choice to send a letter unnecessarily threatening these people about what they better do and what they should do when she could have let it play out in court. Y'all claim that y'all believe in the law. You claim that, the Constitution over everything. Well, why we couldn't let this just play out in law? If that's the case, well, nevertheless, we'll see what the grand jury say.
Today's political climate, man, right now, it's simple, man. It's almost, if we're in power, whomever's in power, whichever side, you know what I'm saying, I guess is either you do what I want you to do or act the way I want you to act.
Or I'm going to do this.
Or I'm going to do this. It's like they're on a playground. You know what I'm saying? If you can't play, Don is not one of us. So we can't mess with Don. So we're going to put Don off the playground. That's what it seems like.
And unfortunately, I don't think that she will be indicted. I don't think she would be indicted even if she broke the law. No. I don't see her being indicted in Louisiana by a grand jury.
Let's keep it real.
Just being honest with you. I don't think what she did, if she broke the law, I don't think it was bad enough to the point where they would indict her in Louisiana. Now, if it was somewhere else and they want to be petty Betty, like Governor Jim Crow Landry, then they would have indicted her. If we wanted to be petty like our governor, because our governor, that's Betty.
Oh,
he's stopping funding because the people don't like him.
Let's be totally honest.
But I don't think she'll get indicted.
Let's be totally honest with Liz Muriel. Really, the push behind all of it is, and wanting these judges and wanting to be in control. It's to put, because New Orleans have so many cases on the book. And guess who those cases involve? Guys look like you and I. And so the more that they can prosecute and put in jail.
Well, they going after anybody that don't rush to throw black people in jail. If you don't rush to throw black people in jail, then Liz Muriel got a problem with you.
Then we know a lot of times we're getting judges situations. You got this remapping thing because I think the people, those guys, the red side people, they know that it's going to be a rough time after these upcoming elections, these midterms, because it's possible things will swing the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that generally happens. If you look at history, what happens, you get a president that is kind of, one way. And then what happens is all of the people that don't like things that way, they switch the game up, and then things will swing again. It's gonna swing back and forth. And let me just be clear: I am not a super fan of any one of these parties. You feel me? Yeah. You got the Democrats and the Republicans.
And see, I think people don't get that every black man is not a Democrat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm an independent thinker. Good morning, Miss JV5. And my guy up there saying that that because of our people got to stop crime, sir, we got to take accountability for that. You know, our people, it kills me, that is like we the only ones commit crimes, we the only ones kill. We just do it all. You know what I'm saying? I think, but it's funny that the numbers of crime that black people have, it seemed like those numbers are readily always available. You know what I'm saying? You could easily find them.
Well, the number's always gonna look like it's us committing the crimes because it's us that's getting targeted. It's us getting pulled over. It's gonna look like we are the people committing the crime because when other people commit crimes, it gets swept up under the rug. It's not making the
Okay.
algorithm.
But
No one is talking about it. But nobody ain't talking about it. But I got a story this morning where they talking about this officer that stole hundreds and thousands of dollars in employment fraud, and they be ready to throw the book at the girl stealing from Walmart, but they ain't gonna do nothing to this police and these polices with an S that's been stealing money, taxpayer dollars from the state that's ranked 50 out of all states in
you ain't got
economy.
to keep saying that. The 50th, yeah, damn, it's bad, it's bad. But look, let me say this real quick before you move on. And I want to say that even though my guy, like he said, speaking on crimes against another while being a minority, we kill each other at over 90% time. Now watch this. And this was something. See,
You
wait,
can
hold on,
look
hold on,
at
hold
look
on.
at any race.
Let
It's
me
gonna be
say,
the same
no, let me
numbers.
say this. Let me say this, bro. And you're gonna like this. See what nobody really look at, right? See, we want to look at the numbers, right? When you look at it, if we're 13%, right? So if we have 400 murders of black on black crime, right? Right? And then if you in the percentage of white people in America, right? And so if they have 600 murders, right? It's still going to be less because there are more. See, people never look at the analytics of it. So it looks more like because you say, okay, it's
People
400.
kill people that they
I
are
know. I
around.
know. And then,
You
and
don't you don't hear about a whole bunch of white
no,
people killing black people.
but
You don't hear about a whole bunch of Asians killing
Miss JV5, you need,
black people.
hold up,
You
Miss
you
JV5,
people
stop it.
kill the people that are around. So if you
Okay.
go look at the numbers of any race and you say white on white crime, it's gonna be high. If you say Asian on Asian crime, it's gonna be high because you commit crimes against people that you are around, that you are in the vicinity of.
Miss,
I'm not gonna get in an argument with somebody that I'm not in the vicinity of them. The people that I am in the vicinity of, those are the people that typically have interaction with each other.
we
So of course that statistic is
yeah,
gonna get high.
yeah, we know what our issues are. But you know what I'm saying? De-escalation and conflict resolution. The Shabby Five says, and this is what bothers me with black people. This body, hold up. She says our young
Sir,
black
you be bringing
criminals.
out you bring out them Trump,
Yeah,
you bring
yeah,
out the
I like
Trump
it. I like
crazies,
them,
bruh.
man. I like
I
them.
don't have all them
Look,
Trump
our
crazies on
our
my
young black
page.
criminals are walking down the street with guns, breaking their cars. Unfortunately, it's true. Everyone should be punished for their crimes. I must. And then Black for Trump said this: our people don't want to take accountability for the YNs terrorizing community. Number one, I don't play that YN stuff. I'm not calling them that. Now, Miss JV5. See, this is the crazy part. You watch. Hold up. You watch the news and see three young men walking down the street, right? Hold up. Attempting to break in a car. One incident, right? And now you label it that it sits there. And then it takes black people because see what the media does is, white people say, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because they'll get on me. But I'll put it there for black people to say something because then we're not going to argue with our own people. So when you technically, if you want to break it down in rural America, for some of y'all that never travel and never went anywhere, I would like for you to go to some places I've been to in Iowa and Salt Lake City, Utah, and watch these white kids that are thugs, that carry guns, that break in cars,
You ain't even
that are
got to go
sniffing.
that far.
No,
Go to Chalmette.
there you go. And but it's not gonna be on TV because
Go
white
to
people.
Slidell. You
Let me
ain't
tell
got to
you,
go that far.
because white people not gonna take their camera that they see with their little young white thugs
They're gonna
doing what they
sweep it
do.
under the rug.
Yeah, they're not gonna show it. You feel what I'm saying? So and it's just the fact that the spotlight is always on our young people, white kids. I promise you, they are some of the most man, they commit some horrific crimes.
They daddy and them get them off of the crime
all the time,
and it never makes the news. Therefore, it turns around and make us look like we just the worst thing on earth. And yes, do we have some problems in our community?
All communities have
Every
problems.
community got some problems. Hell, you got some problems in your house, and I got some problems in mine
we gotta
too.
move on, but see how they look first. They say, but we talk about our community. Nobody care about our community.
I ain't talking about our community. I'm talking about everybody.
Because everybody. Because see, this is the thing. We will highlight, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? They will highlight, certain black people will highlight everything that's wrong in our community and everything that go wrong in the community, but none of them are doing anything to fix it.
Kanye West said they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth.
No. All the people that complain are not doing anything to fix it. I promise you that. And most of them know. Most of them will not even come in the community. When they make their money, they move out and they go their way. They don't live nowhere near. They don't come to Successful 5 always got something for the kids. And I promise you, the black people that be running, talking, I never see them there.
Well, I could be fussing with the Trump supporters all day. I got more topics I got to get to if you're just not checking in.
Oh no, that's
no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
That's my people. I love both.
Yeah, we love y'all. We do love y'all, but we're not gonna let you just do our people like that.
No, yeah, they can come on, my partner. I ain't gonna call it by his real name. I'm just sitting with Black for Trump.
Asking me questions. That is probably not what you want to do. Because I could break it down for you and make it make sense. Now that's what I like. Ask me a question.
Is in heaven right now. She said, "Agreed, Black for Trump." You know what I'm saying? But you know what? He said, "See, bro, they gotta go there. We go there because he gonna say a famous poet once said, "F them other because I'm down for my." Why you gotta do that, bro? That's my dude. Hey, if y'all ever watch his page, dog, if you ever pay attention, man, very intelligent brother. He speak his mind. He hold on our community. He hold on the brothers and sisters, man.
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love, man. We got more.
Conciliary Transport joined, man.
All right.
And wait, hold up.
Who else you got?
Joe Blow, the lover man, has joined.
Joe Blow, the lover man, is in the building. What up with it, bro? Other topics we're gonna talk about. Other topics we're gonna talk about. They got a new state law. In Louisiana, this is a local story, and they are making some requirements for these agents that's working with these high school kids and these college kids dealing with the portal and dealing with NIL. So when this first started, they was just free for all. They ain't have no rules. So now they don't put some rules in place, sir.
Oh, we know.
If you want to be an agent, now I gotta go take the test.
Well, honestly.
Have you took the test before already?
Yeah, I'm certified.
Yeah, you're a certified sports agent already.
It's always been there. What they're trying to do is, which I don't think is a bad idea, but then
I think they always trying to be slick.
But the good gonna suffer for the bad. So meaning, like, for instance, like, okay, say I turn to you and say, hey, I want you to be a recruiter, right? You're not an agent, but you're a recruiter. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, you're a good one. You're not going in there and you're not running scams and games, right? And so with some of these people come off the street and okay, he's my player. I know his dad, and I'm gonna control this, and then he's going to get all types of money, all types of situations. You get what I'm saying? And so now it's like it's coming to the point, and this was happening. The agents who used to be able to be lazy and the player dropping their hip, they lap. Somebody like you that will be a recruiter, you going out there, you going to get them. So now they're complaining behind the doors of saying, I took the test, I went through this, and how did Don, who's just a recruiter, sign this player to a collective deal? See, because guys like me who
because that's my damn nephew. I've been playing. I've been coaching this little kid since he was 6 years old, and all it is now. Instead, these kids getting smarter and they saying, "Well, I'm gonna go with
I want my family with me.
I'm gonna go with my Pee Wee football coach, or I'm gonna go with my high school coach, or
We all coming up.
I'm gonna go with my deacon from my church."
Yeah.
And what's happening is the agents that used to control the game all the time, they had the game monopolized.
Been beating the
Not,
players
yeah,
for years.
they been getting
you
over.
Talk about some crooked people. See
so,
agents.
so now they coming up with some new rules because they want to try to they like Don P ain't gonna go take the test.
Oh, and my guy on here, A1 Presser, man.
I always think that's what they doing.
A1 Presser, man. That's a good dude, man. Good dude out there, man. Doing a lot for the community out in St. Louis, but even though he's in Phoenix, got some of the best dogs, Presser Canario. If you know about that, protection dogs, man. That's my protection dog aficionado, man. Just want to shout him out. Silkro, Ink Dut, of course, what's up, world? I'm Joe Blow said, what's up to us? You know what I'm saying? And Brett from Trump said, man, I hope they keep Essence Fest strictly black for Black America, not pan African Afro festing.
I can agree with you on that, bro. We on the same page on that one. I do think that Essence need to stay as local as possible.
It needs to stay blacker than black.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like there's a lot of things that
black.
Well, I think one of the worst things that we did was we started letting people infiltrate our culture, and I feel like sometimes when you have people that only have capitalistic gain and no cultural connection, I feel like a lot of our stuff get tainted, right? I feel like that's one of the reasons we in the position that we in. Soon as we started, when they figured out they could make money off of rap music, and a lot of us wasn't in control of the music anymore, I feel like it started to become something that was bad for our culture. I feel like anytime we get infiltrated and we lose sight of what was the original purpose of something, and it started becoming too capitalistic, soon as the money get involved, I think it gets tainted. And most of all, our culture is the culture that suffered the most when some of these things get tainted.
Yeah, you're right. You're correct all the way through. I mean, I think a lot of times we always able to, as black people, we always, and I'm gonna say in America, black people in America, you know what I'm saying? We able to take something from nothing and always be able to create something great. And what we don't do along the way, we don't secure the rights of ownership to it. You know what I'm saying? We don't come together and
we sell it for a couple of nickels.
That's what I was about to get to. And so with Essence, if we know that Africans took over, and we're gonna keep it real, like Dr. Cornell West once said, all black folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And so, once that was done and they took over it, you know what I'm saying, they have a different mindset. And look, and I'm not saying Africans are, you know what I'm saying, we all have a different way. But what Essence was what has been created from black people here in America, the mindset, the ideology. So, but the thing about it is, again, we, like you said, we don't own, we create the things that the world lives by. We are the culture of this world, but we don't own anything. We create it. In other words, we'll come out and say, we'll come out and Dom might say, get off. That's the number one thing. The old Dom P that wouldn't know no better, get off might become the word of the day. But get off. You know what Don not gonna do? Don not gonna get the rights to that trade name. Not gonna trademark that name and own get off, right? We're going to just say, man, they stole my saying. We don't get to the mindset we don't take the business approach. It's fun when we create stuff as black people, and we don't turn it into something that of ownership that we can secure for ourselves, and it stays when we can control the narrative. And that's always been the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I got a big shout out S. Muhammad, Cason's wife. That's somebody very important to me. That's my sis, my guy, but she hell of a workout, man. Workout lady. You talking about somebody that works out, man. Great mother, does everything. Want shout out my sis. Mill Analog, man, great producer out there, man. But just like somebody said, as indigenous people, we are found the foundation of life. The world lives, and that's the truth. We are the culture. We just don't ever. We create so much. We don't. When it comes to take care of business, like you've always said, what we do, we sit back and we go say, "I'll go create something else," or I will complain about what's been taken from us or copied from us, and that is the problem. That is you've been fussing about that down for a while about us handling business and knowing business. We know how to get smart with each other and get at each other, but we don't know how to deal with financial
Well,
literacy.
I think it. You know what? Sometimes your greatest gift can be your greatest weakness also.
Mm.
Sometimes we look at some of this stuff as a negative, but I think you got to have a different aspect of how you look at things. One thing, what we good at. One thing as a people, we are good at being innovative,
Very innovative.
and we are good at working smarter, not harder. And so what happens is sometimes being innovative and working smarter, not harder, results in taking shortcuts. And the only problem with taking shortcuts work very well sometimes when it comes to productivity,
Hmm.
but shortcuts work against you when it comes to longevity, right?
Right.
And so sometimes our greatest asset can be our greatest weakness
Hmm.
because we just get caught up in taking shortcuts. I think we are people
You
of
said,
trying to
preach,
do things the
preach.
quickest way, the most efficient way, but that doesn't come from anywhere. That comes from having less. So when you
Mhm.
have less, you have to figure out ways to do things because you don't have sometimes you don't have the full budget. Sometimes you
Mhm.
don't have the political backing. Sometimes you don't have some of the necessary tools that you need to be able to compete and keep up with the rest of the world. So you start taking shortcuts.
Mhm.
But the only problem is taking the shortcuts can get you some immediate success and productivity, which in our culture we need immediate success. We need immediate productivity, but what happens is we get hurt in the long run because the shortcuts are not conducive to longevity,
No,
right?
no, it's you very man. Everything you just said. That's why I'm glad we got on the subject. However, we got on it. But I'll say this also, and this something I don't know if you're gonna agree with, but I see it so often where we don't go do the business that we supposed to, as we see, because we can see stuff rising. We know when stuff rising because we're always coming from the bottom. Like, man,
I'm telling you,
my
it's
business
just
get yeah, my
it's a
business.
habit of
No,
it's
not
just a
just wait,
bad
not the
habits.
shortcut part. I'm saying you're right on that, but I'm talking about we notice it because we the type of people like if I sold two and I done sold four and I done sold six, I know it's coming, right? And nothing clicks in to say, let me go get my business totally in order, right? And guess this is the bad part that happens with a lot of us. Hold up. You got to check this out and tell
I'm
me if I'm
listening
wrong.
to you.
Guess what we get? We get this. They wouldn't dare steal from me. We have this thing that we are the baddest on the planet, that no one would dare take something from us. And so we don't think saying, and then we get lazy where we don't say, I know I got to go trademark this business. You know what I'm saying? I know I got to get my business set up. I know I have to go get my EIN. I know I have to get my LLC. Whatever you're gonna do, my trust, my company. We would be like, I'm gonna get it done, but we still get so caught up in like I'm winning, and we don't stop for a day or say, you know what, let me call Don. Don got business. I don't know how to. That's another thing. Egos, like my guy said, they're not gonna call Don and say, well, Don. They might say Don business ain't popping right now, but they're not gonna realize Don know how to set up a business. Don know how to maybe take you from one position to the other. And guess what we do? We don't call Don.
I mean,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's several things. I think
Yeah,
I think you could be on point with some of those
yeah.
things, but I also think a lot of times when you say like, "Oh, they winning," I think when you trying to dig yourself out the hole, sometimes it look like you winning,
But
but you
that's
really
what
just
I'm saying.
surviving,
Because
right?
see,
And then
talk to Don.
the other side is, man, we have been tricked and bamboozled, and this is why I debate with people like Blacks for Trump, Miss JV5. This is why I give them pushback sometimes, even though they may be partially correct. The reason that I give pushback on some of those things is because we we have society have forced us not to trust our each other, right?
Hmm.
And so we start putting more trust into people who have never ever had our best interest at heart. But because of the way that algorithm, propaganda, media, the way that these things work, it's put us in a place to where we can't trust each other. And so now we start trusting the wrong person. And the
Or we go blind,
whole
trying
time
to figure it out. We don't know.
we either we don't trust nobody or we trust in the wrong person. But either way it go, those things aren't by chance. Those things have been naturally placed and put in our way, in our circle, like in our mind.
But all that
Like
makes
like
me
we
mad.
have been bamboozled, like we
No,
have been tricked,
but you know
people.
what? But you know what? It makes me mad. I'm listening to you, and it's the truth, and I get angrier because if we have seen it, if we have seen it, and we have seen it, we have read the stories, we have seen the stories, we've been had the movies that tell the truth, that are true movies. We've had people that we know, and why don't we still stop when we decide to go into something? And why don't we still just stop and say, you know what? Don P a businessman. I know Don. You know, let me tell Don about to start this business, and I've been doing it without doing it correctly. You know what I'm saying? And I know he know how to do this, right? And we won't do that. We're gonna keep on just say, you know what? I get it done.
Lack of trust, my brother.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm agreeing with you. We have to. If we seen it too. My thing is, you know, they tell you what? Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, if you fall for it twice, you know how many people you've seen the same things. We have seen all the things. Something should tell you common sense, because we are not dumb people. We should common sense to say, well, if such and such had $100 billion, and this is the reason why he fell off. Oh, taxation. He went to jail for not paying his taxes. Okay, let me make sure when I open this business up, because I think my business will be great. And what I'm creating right now, not just my business, the culture thing that I'm creating. Let me make sure, you know what I'm saying, either I get with a tax accountant or somebody that I know, that because we know somebody through everything. And why do we not do that when we've seen the failures?
Trust.
And then trust. And another part, another situation too. You know, this is my thing. This oh shoot, I don't know what's going on. My thing that really bothers me also is the fact that we have so many people. Because see, they always come in. I'm about to hit at the heartstring. They always, a lot of people say, rappers and athletes, don't be like them. Don't do this. Don't do that. If somebody died in the hood, they call us to pay for it. If they need bicycles or turkeys, they call us to pay for it, right? It needs something, right? Now I'm gonna show you a point, right? Where all those accountants that we have, great black accountants we have, great real estate, great this, great that, great this. Why are you not coming in the neighborhoods and teaching our people?
Blame the algorithm, blame propaganda,
not just,
and blame media. You know why? Because those outlets and mediums have it demoralized the everyday working man. Those things made, I'm telling you, this is a real thing, sir. Like this is a real thing. A real thing is, though, certain outlets, propaganda and media, and what we put emphasis on, it made the regular everyday person not important. It made the society not trust the people in the community that they should trust the most. There's no damn reason that someone should be trusting a rapper or an athlete more than they be trusting a person that studied that subject in school. But the reality of it is, because of the algorithm, because of the mediums that's out there, that's what people see. That's what's popularized, and people follow things that are popular versus following logic. And so a part of that is people that are in them financial situations. They got tons of them out here trying to give advice, trying to help. And a lot of times, because people our culture, we have stopped emphasizing how important certain people of the community was, which brings me to my next topic. I want to bring up my next topic. This walks me right into my next topic. I'm going to bring up Drewski and the BET Awards. This is my next topic. I remember it used to be a point in time when the church and the pastor was the most respected thing in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody is calm, cool, and collective with Drewski. They are making him a megastar. And I don't have a problem with Drewski or anything like that, but I just noticed the more that you demoralize things that was once, you know, had credibility in our community or that brought substance to our community, the more that these algorithms, these these radio stations, yeah, me included, these podcasts, the media and influencers, the more that they support you, they support the dumbest, most demoralizing stuff. I remember when some of the stuff that Drewski do, we would have called him a real live lame cornball dude. In real life, man, when he was coming up 20 years ago, man, we would have been looking at Drewski like he was a major lame. And now he cracking jokes on pastors and all kind of stuff, all kind of stuff that tear down the community. Now, what I will give Drewski some credit is he has attacked a multitude of things. He did attack, you know, some of the other stereotypes too. I will give him that. But what he has gotten popular for, the things that you have seen most online, and what they really big him up about, and what he got his claim to fame for, oh, he did a great BET Awards, was really just tearing down the black community. People who tear down the black community will get you a check. If I start tearing down buku black people right now, I promise you, I could probably get a check by the end of the month.
Okay. Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate like you usually do. Now I'm gonna give you the pushback. I agree with you 100% with Drewski because I feel like the black church should be off limits. But has the black church and the black reverend, has they been of the black church and the black reverend of old? Now we have some good ones. Still have to, hold on.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you.
I interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
Let me know when you're ready.
Interrupt you. So have we had the black church and black reverends of old? Because reverends back in the day, pastors back in the day, regardless of the fact whether they have no social media, right? You get what I'm saying? They still did not want to be seen. They wanted to preach the word of God and be helpful to the community. You got reverends now. You got reverends, and I see it all the time. Just as much as you got rappers and some of our black people that want to be clowns and be famous, they got reverends that are letting you know they got the big house, letting you know they got the Benz and the Rolls Royce, letting you know that they got Louis Vuitton on and they looking good and everything else, and they showing it. Why within their communities, people are suffering, elderly people are suffering, because the black church before would always get together and come in the community and make sure everybody eat and make sure. Not saying some of them not doing it, but the pastor right now, the pastor got a Benz like
just let me know when you're ready.
Because you know you're gonna defend. We know how you are, but you cannot.
I mean, it ain't even.
I know. No, I'm not. Hey, I ain't arguing with you. I know this subject.
Because I think. Well, I just think. I think it's a little bit on both sides. But I go back to the same thing, sir. I go back to the same thing. I stand on what I'm standing on. And what I'm standing on is that's what they show you.
I know that's what I see.
No, but that depends on where you looking.
I'm looking.
It just depends on where you looking because
I've been calling out the church.
I have called out the church several times. I'm not one of those people that feel like, oh, I can't call out the church, or I believe the pastor is bigger than anybody else. He is a human just like I am a human. I am not one of those people. Just because I'm strong in my Christian faith spiritually, you can't make me out to be one of those people to be like, oh, I feel like no one in the church can do wrong. I just feel like it's another one of those situations where it's easy to call out the pastor. You feel what I'm saying? And it is easy to take one or two pastors out of all of the pastors in the world. I'm talking about, no, it is tons of pastors. It is tons of preachers. It is tons of prophets. It is tons of evangelists and all of this. And really, in all actuality, out of all of these churches, this is a church on every corner, dog. Every corner is a church, bro. Out of all of these damn churches, really in all actuality, I bet most people can't. And we want to talk about celebrity pastors. We want to talk about ones that have money. People can't even name 10 out of all of these churches on every corner. So that proves to me that a lot of what you see, you just seeing these 10 pastors. You're not seeing what that's true.
No, that's not.
Bro, you're not seeing what the pastor on these little small churches on every single corner going through. You only seeing what one or two pastors or 10 pastors. So wait, let me ask you a question. Wait, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You saying that's my opinion, and I'm saying to further back my opinion, how can we say, if we say that's true for the situation with the young men, would you agree that whenever we go out in the streets, would you agree that a lot of times they make it seem like every young person is bad, but a lot of times when we out in the street and we doing things, we find that there are a lot of young people graduating. There are a lot of people. Yes, right. You just said that. So you mean that could be true for the young people, but it couldn't be true for the pastor?
It's not the fact. See, this the thing.
You saying that it could be true for the young people?
Because I know you get passionate,
but it couldn't be true for the pastor.
Okay, you have a great pastor that I know for a fact. You have to. I've even looked into.
I know it's some bad pastors though.
But you guess what? The good got to suffer for the bad also. And that's always in life, all the way across the board. Okay, because a lot of pastors have made God's word and God's church really disrespected and put it out there like that. And the good ones have to suffer for the bad. Just like, okay, like for you.
I just think that's what they show you.
No, it's not just
what I feel like that's what a lot of people show you. And even if it changes a little bit, let's say maybe we have more pastors nowadays that have jumped on the trend of prosperity and getting money or whatever it may be, is only because they popularize the big pastors, the one or two pastors that's doing so well.
Well, cancel them.
Cancel them. You should. We should cancel them.
Even strong Christians, and you're a strong Christian, and I know I'm a strong Christian. I might not put it out there as much as you do. I learned from you. Hold up. I learned a lot from you. That's why I love the pastor you have, because you teach me through him, right? Okay. Well, then guess what? All of us as Christians have need to cancel all those ones that's on TV, on social media, and they showing their houses, they're showing their cars. Hold up. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I'm saying that my thing is, I'm looking at this at one time, and my mother used to tell me that. She said, I don't worry about a president. I don't worry about a governor. I don't worry about a mayor. She said, I will go to my pastor first because of the relationship that her and her pastor had in the community and everything else. But it was all like what Drewski doing is wrong. Because my mother was the type. Let me tell you. I just
use Drewski as an example because I'm using it. No, I'm using the church as an example, but I think it's just within all things in culture, and also, you know. Well, let me finish. I want to let you finish it. I want to let you finish your statement. Then I want to comment on it.
This is the way I wish it was. The way it was. My mother, God bless her soul. If you said something about Frank White, I promise you, with everything in you, you said something about Frank White. You wasn't eating for a while. You might get busted in your mouth, and then she was gonna take you to Frank. You understand? We had that. And guess what? Pastor Frank White, Reverend Frank White, was in the community. If he found out somebody, the light bill was behind, or an elderly needed something. You know what I'm saying? Or a kid needed school code. Frank was in those communities. All
right. So can I jump in now?
Go ahead. But I'm just saying. So
because this what I say. I agree with you, Sherv. Like, I agree with you that we should cancel the pastors that's making it bad on the good pastors. But I don't think that we should say just because a pastor has prosperity or has obtained a certain amount of wealth, I don't think that automatically puts them in the bad category. I think we have to say, if you obtain wealth off of the community and you didn't give back to the community, because we got everyday people that do that all the time. We need to make the standard. The standard is not about having money. We just can't get mad every time somebody black got some money. We automatically assume that they did it the wrong way. And that's whether that's a pastor, whether that's a rapper, or anybody. I feel like anybody, just because they got some money, we can't, in our community, we just automatically say, oh, just because somebody got a little money, we start finding reasons why they gotta be wrong. I don't think having the money, I don't think having the money is what makes them bad. What makes them bad is if you are obtaining money unethically, that's bad. If you have money and you claiming you supposed to be for the people, and you got people giving you more money expecting you to do for the people, that's what make you bad. So if you got the money and you not doing what you're supposed to do in the community, if you getting over on people, you selling heaven to people, if you doing any of these things that is unethical, then you should get canceled as a pastor or not. You should get canceled as a pastor or not. I wouldn't give a damn what you did. Well, the mayor, lieutenant governor, the governor, and especially people of authoritative figures.
If I'm seeing, all I'm saying is, if I'm
seeing, but for people to go harder on a pastor than they do on their own government or the boss that they work with is absurd.
I mean, I understand. I understand now. I understand. I'm just, I'm just a believer of, I just feel like, I always say this, I say this, I say a lot of problems with our young people are they're not raised in the church anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting back and I'm like, if young people are on the internet, right? In the past, these days, some of the reverends that might come across there, Rev got on Louis Vuitton and everything and show it and let you know he wear Louis. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, even though it's wrong, it's not saying all of them are like that, but it's almost like that's the same thing. If I'm on this show, right, and I've been in the rap game, right, and if I get on this show,
I got a good question for you.
Outlandish stuff, right, and I say some outlandish stuff, they're not gonna say he's a black man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say this rapper said it. Like now, I represent all rap artists. You feel what I'm saying? So it's also, to me, it's a level of how you doing things. If you want me to say God is everything, God is this, God is that, God is your salvation, like when I pray and say all things do go through God.
But you pray to God, not to the pastor, right?
But he's the messenger, right? He's the messenger, right?
Sometimes.
And so don't you listen to him? And listen to, because he pushes also. Even though you go study your
not
own,
everything,
you go study your own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
because he human.
Yeah, you're right. I done seen
man. I got a dope pastor, man. He a really good dude, but everything that he say, just because he say it, don't mean that it's written in law.
Well, then you can't get upset if somebody make fun of him.
I gotta use discernment. I'm not even upset. I'm not even upset so much about Drewski making fun of the pastor, but I'm saying just do it on both sides. Like make it a little bit even. And my real question, not necessarily about Drewski attacking the church, my real question about all of this, and the reason that I brought this topic up was, don't it seem that you get a little bit more famous and a little bit more popular whenever you create something that tears down black culture? That's my real question. It ain't got nothing even to do with the church like that for real. The church is a part of it because I look at it as something that we should hold in high priority in our culture. But at the same time, it's way bigger than just the church. It seemed like I had another story on here. Everybody talking about the Young Miami song. It won't go away. Everybody keep talking about that. So my question to you and the listeners are, does it seem like you get rewarded and become more popular and get more cheers whenever you doing something to tear down the black culture?
I feel, I do agree that it seems like, something you always talk about, what I'm saying, that it's more emphasis on negativity than positivity. And as the black culture, like I said, we're the culture of this world. You know what I'm saying? We don't even realize better. And so when you decide to say, okay, I know how I'm gonna get popular, that's just like there are people out here, right? And we're not gonna say their names because we don't say names on here to help them anyway, right? Why some of them are popular? They some of the worst black people that God might have put on this earth, right? But they popular because what they do. They come at black people. They there to tear down black people.
Misery love
Yeah,
company.
and so they it's always been now since the social media age, right? There's a key. And rap music used to be, man, you make a simple song or this type of song and keep it simple, or you add certain words or certain subjects, you know what I'm saying, which are being within the black culture, you're gonna win, right? So now with social media, if you become the guy, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of them say it, a lot of Caucasian people, they don't have to be, how would I say it, racist, right? Because we got so many black people that decided that, you know what, I'm going to talk down and make a fool of my own community, and then guess who gets behind them? If you ever pay attention in the comments, who gets behind them, who makes them popular, who gives them a deal, who gives them a sponsorship. You feel what I'm saying? Because now they're using them,
Coca-Cola, Sprite.
because they're using them as their puppets. They're using them because it's like, I want to say that Don and Serve is a bunch of jigaboos or whatever. We're not, right? I can't say it. But if you get one our own that decide I'm gonna make a song about podcast people, Don and Serve, they jigaboos, this, that, and that, they doing it for them. And so guess what? They're going to back them, and they're in positions where they can get sponsorships. They can get this and get that, because again, goes back to what we talked about earlier. We don't own the things we need to own to like, even with right now with the internet and social media.
Now,
The
one thing I
programming.
say that we need to be more responsible as we need to be more responsible consumers. We are
Yeah,
we are
we
very
support anything. We
yeah,
support
we are very irresponsible consumers.
and,
I understand that we lighthearted, and I understand ain't nothing wrong with joking. I'm cool with having a sense of humor and all of that good stuff, but we are definitely terrible. Man, we are terrible consumers. We will go and spend the most money on the thing that will kill us the fastest. The government said, man, I don't want you going to buy no candy and and no, this stuff kills you. We got the highest numbers in hypertension, high blood pressure, but we got mad when they said, don't use your food stamps to go buy unhealthy stuff. What how did Spin That become the song of the summer? And I'm talking about, I am seeing people 1 minute talking about being pro-black. I don't even understand how
hold up. I gotta cut you off because you gonna love this one.
in one breath you pro-black,
No, you
and
gotta
in the
love this
next breath you saying, well, my scamming,
Yeah.
well, my boosting.
Somebody on here said, Don, only fake Christians got upset about Drewski's kids.
I mean, again, they trying to make it about. Everybody always want to take a shot at like Christianity or people that serve God. Anytime they get an opportunity, they wanna take a shot at Christianity, or they want to take a shot at a Christian. But really, in all actuality, I don't know if that was addressed to me. But if it was addressed to me, this is how I would answer that. Again, I would reiterate the fact of the matter that I said it's way bigger than just Drewski attacking the churches.
Yeah.
I feel like it's attacking things that we had in our culture that made us more productive. And the statistics will show when we were a more spiritual people, overall, we were doing exceedingly way better.
Mhm.
We have, as individuals, we have advanced, but as groups, we are declining as a group. And a part of that is because the things that made us more productive as a culture is being attacked. So it's not necessarily about Drewski attacking the pastor, because honestly, that's how you get that is how you play chess and not checkers. That is how you chip away at a people's pride by you make them a little you do something. Bro, come on now. I'm about to tell y'all a real story and keep it all the way 100 because that's how you get away with something. You do it a little bit at a time. See, they gonna test you first. Anybody ever been slick and got away with something? You don't just jump out there and start doing what you gonna do all willy-nilly. You test them first. You make them a little bit comfortable. You tell a joke. You feel what I'm saying? You get them laughing. And see, when they get to laughing and get a little bit comfortable.
No, I'm with you.
Come on now.
But let me ask you this question.
Come on now.
Let me ask you this question. What's the difference between Drewski making fun of pastors, right? Is it, I'm gonna give you because two-part question. Is it first of all, is it the timing of what's going on in the world? Because me and you both agree that God's word and spirituality is being pushed aside and played with. Okay, we agree with that, right? Not as important like it should be, and whatever. But what's the difference of Drewski doing what he's doing and comedians, big time comedians that when they used to do their stand-ups, they would make talk about the pastor and say
you know what it is? I don't even know if Drewski is a major problem, but what one of the issues is
a polarizing figure, and you feel like
well, sometimes when we had these big comedians back in the day, we didn't have social media, and those things was mostly done in front of us. No, sometimes it was a lot of that stuff was done in front of us, right? In front of our community, right? That makes sense. Mm-hmm. It was a conversation that me and you had by ourselves. Or me, you, and the partners had by ourselves. It wasn't a conversation to give somebody that is my adversary ammunition to further tear me down. Mm-hmm. It's certain things that are happening within our community that we talk about, that we joke about, that if somebody else was to joke about it from another coach, I'd probably slap their face off.
I mean,
and so that's where the issue come in. It's because it's not the fact of the matter that we cracking the jokes and we having fun and we showing a sense of humor, but we are in a situation right now where people are taking certain things that we do in our culture that was for us, among us, and they are using it. Our adversary, people that don't have your best interest at heart, is taking this ammunition and they are using it against you. And I do feel slighted. I do feel passionate about it, and I can relate it to the same thing as, have you ever been in love with somebody? You ever dated somebody and you loved them and they were supposed to be your teammate and you rock with them and you trusted them and you told them something because you trusted them? Because we supposed to all be friends. Mm-hmm. And then they took that information and used that information to tear you down and take you out the game. Have that ever happened to anybody out there? Because that's kind of the situation that we going through with white people right now. White people be telling us they are our friend. They be telling us everything is all right and we need each other. They telling us, yeah, we're going to make it fair. This is going to be good. And the law is all for us. And then we start believing them, exposing our deepest secrets to them. And then when we expose our deepest secrets to them, they turn around and use that stuff against us to further tear us down. If that ain't even good enough, they even give some of us some money because some of us in our culture has made money our God, and money so important that we'll get the money and turn around and tear our own people down. And after we tear our people down enough, they turn around and tear you down and take the money back. Say
it again. Remember you asked me about the post I was putting up?
I will
say it again.
I'm gonna give you the money to ruin a group of people and tear them down. And then whenever I get ready, I'm gonna come and take the money back and throw your black ass in jail.
There it is.
Same thing they did with the street game is the same game that they running now. And I told you about running game. If I ever want to get you, all I got to do is get you comfortable. What's the best way to get you comfortable? Girl, I tell a little joke, I make you laugh. So he's so funny.
It is.
Man, get out of here.
I ain't had you like this in a long time. That's why I ain't stop you.
He's so funny.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Somebody, baby mama, gonna get mad at me now because I'm telling the truth.
But somebody got to tell the truth. That's the problem. We don't tell the truth.
That's how he get you. Come on, man. I used to be a smooth operator. it worked every time.
That used to be. That's the problem. We don't sit around and say, bro, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that because it's gonna go. You know that partner where you telling him and he's sitting there.
Yeah, we ain't got nobody to be like, man, chill. That's gonna go too far.
Yeah, you got that partner where you see him and you say he see this female coming in the club and he about to watch this, and he, instead of saying hello to her, he about to touch her inappropriately. Say, bro, don't do that.
Don't do that, bro.
Before you do it,
I already see where it's going.
Yeah, don't do that.
And so that's all I be doing. I just be trying to ring the alarm.
To use the word gatekeeper, while we about to go into music part, do we need some type of gatekeepers now? The gatekeepers that say, let me pull you to the side, brother. Don't embarrass us and don't do this, don't do that. Or it's gonna be some problems.
We do.
Do we need that because
I told you we terrible consumers.
Because who was like that, and it might sound crazy. Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier was like that. If you find out some things about Sidney Poitier, like with black actors in certain situations, they'll have meetings with you. They will have meetings with you, like, let me talk to you. Let me holler at you for a minute. I don't think Hollywood has that no more. Black Hollywood. I don't think Black Hollywood has that. But somebody, we got to jump to.
You gonna steal to go buy dope?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible consumers.
Yeah, I think we got to get back to the Young Miami thing, because somebody was saying why nobody was tripping on Sexy Red and the Cardi B's, but not.
Yes, we was. We was. That was the beginning. When we started tripping on Sexy Red, talking about what she was doing, that was the beginning.
Yeah, Johnny Hathaway was like that too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the beginning. We was talking about Sexy Red. It was all kind of jokes about her being ratchet and super ratchet, but she was the beginning. She was what opened up the door, and then they cleaned her up, and we started accepting her. And now that's how they got us. That's how they got us wide open. When you accept,
I understood this about.
Hey, when you accept a little bit, you feel what I'm saying? That just gets you more acceptable to the next thing that's coming. What you mean, Cardi B? When we accepted love and hip hop, from Mona Scott, that was when.
To be start acting the way they acting, huh?
What you talking about? We've been saying this. I know y'all love Young Miami, and I know y'all love them scammers, but I'm just telling you, when you open up the door, that's how we got here. How did we get?
And when I came back, that was just one of the deepest intros, everything. And the first thing he said, he act like he was a pastor. He said, hold on. He said, all y'all in the back, I need you to come to the front. I know they got. Thing you say, what would be the first thing you say for what would be the first you would say if you was up front and you have the power to start a reset?
My apologies. glitch in the internet, and it's gonna make our sound go in and out. So give us 1 second, and that should be going right back to normal. And
Okay.
then I'll
I want
reiterate your
because I want
question.
yeah. 'Cause-
Where we
okay.
start?
All right. If you were given the power, because we don't have no black leaders, they're not rising up in some way for. And you got the flow tonight, and everybody is listening, right? I'm listening, and you and we ask you, Don P, we need a reset. What would be the first thing you start at for the black community? What would be the reset?
I mean, I think we got to start regulating what we putting in our head. I think that's the first place to start. You got to start with your mind. The body can't do nothing without the head. So if you don't work on getting your mind corrected and watch what you're listening to, watch what you speaking,
Mhm.
watch what you watching, watch what you reading. We need to change. We need to change what we putting in our head. We need to change what our kids is putting in our head. We need to be careful what we are deeming as okay in our community. That's where we gotta start. We can't fix nothing until we get our mindset right. We overall as a people, there are some people in our community and some coaches that have a good head on their shoulders. They got a good mindset. They got a good ideology. They got a good way of thinking. But as a mass of people, we are terrible. Our mindset is messed up right now. Our mindset it is wrecked right now. It is at an all-time low. How we think is a problem right now for our culture. And you could tell by the arguments that we have on the podcast, the comments that come back to us, you could tell people would justify anything for flesh because it feel good. We just think it's okay. Because it look good, we just think it's okay. In every parable in the Bible, when you serve flesh, it always lead to your demise.
Mm.
And that go for every single one of us.
So your reset thing is first the thinking.
The
What
mindset.
what about erasing? So you know what I'm saying. What will you start to say so I could get the people's attention to begin the reset? What would you say needs to be done? This whole internet needs to be turned off.
Probably.
Mm.
The scariest thing, and it's unfortunate what I'm gonna have to say, but I have to keep it real. The only in regular life, what usually gets your attention when you've been off. I get off sometime, bro. Like I can sway away. I'm a human.
Mm-hmm.
I can sway away from the purpose sometime. I
Yes.
can get off sometime. What gets your attention in everyday life when you get off? Some kind of destruction. So unfortunately, if I'm gonna be real with myself, I know everybody like to be woke, awake.
Wake
They
up.
like to be real. I'm a real.
Yeah.
I know everybody like to feel like that. Well, if I have to be a real, you feel what I'm saying? And I just really look at what it is. Destruction.
Mhm.
Destruction is what gets you back on track. And unfortunately, I'm not wishing destruction on nobody.
But let me ask you this:
But before you see it get better and people start changing their mindset, it generally takes something bad happening.
do we take a page from the book of what's going on right now, where if if anybody familiar with white supremacists and their agendas and things like that, cause chaos, and within chaos, you can pass certain situations and get certain things set up. So when the chaos calms down, the herd of sheep have now been herded right into to the ranch gates that they want. Like with right now, people saying everything that's going on with President Trump, right? All the stuff going on, chaos, the Iran conflict, all this. But if you're paying attention, every other day, if you really truly paid attention, he's gone to the Supreme Court to get something passed that won't be beneficial to us, right? Or either he gonna win it or he's not gonna win it, or whatever, not to get turned midterms. But we so put close going with the chaos of what's going on with ICE and all that immigration. If you look at the executive orders that have been passed, and I'm using as an example, the executive orders that have been passed that have not is not good for us, especially our community. A lot of things and everything that was going on with ICE, we was paying attention to ICE. Yes. Secondly, then we was paying attention to now the Iran conflict. You know what I'm saying? But all these executive orders are being passed. You know what I'm saying? Even some stuff going towards the 14th Amendment, some things even with being able to carry a gun and all these different things. It's so much that is being passed. So we're stripping the 14th Amendment, which is going to be is bad for us. But they're causing chaos where you're not paying attention. So do we take a pause from that book and say, let's cause some chaos for the ones that we know we ain't gonna worry about them changing? The ones we really need to change, which is our young people, the warriors that will be warriors one day, you know, in the village. You know, do we cause chaos enough to have the ones that are so woke and wake and are going to be against everything that we're trying to do? Do we cause chaos to make them pay attention? So the ones that we really need to get them on board to secure the future and make the future better so we could get to them better? I mean, do we take a page from their book? Because that's what they're doing right now. The Iran conflict and all these other things going on while they're going to pass an executive orders. They're going to the highest courts in the land and trying to get things passed that are not detrimental to us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm Lord. This guy, somebody said Trump believes in God, but to get to God is through his son, Jesus Christ, son, that cross. And that's how y'all get to heaven, not just to God alone. Okay, I'm not going into that, but hey, I respect that. But what do you think? I mean, how do we get to the masses that the innovators, the cultivators, the ones that can really make a strong movement to make a change within our community? How do we get to them?
Man, I don't know. You got me stumped on this one, sir. To be honest with you, like I said, you know, I know the first step is going to be mindset, but I really it's really hard to say because it's going to take a group effort, and I think it's very difficult to get somebody who makes their living off of the perception of society, to go against that 100%. Because you said something yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday, and you said, "Man, we still dependent on the system."
Yep.
Right. Like, so as long as we operate in a system of capitalism, you feel me? It's going to be very difficult to get somebody to be 100% going in a certain direction.
Biggs 97.7 said something. He agrees with something you've been saying. We have to take accountability first. That's something you always say.
Oh yeah. People, it's very difficult for us to take accountability. Like when we say take accountability, sometimes I gotta be like, I swear to God, if they wasn't paying me that much money, would I really did that? Because I really didn't even want to host that show. But I also got some kids over here I gotta feed.
Yeah. And that be the hard thing, because see, so much is asked of us as black men. You know what I'm saying? See, no other man in the world, no other race of man in the world, so much is asked
black people.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, black people, but no other race as a black man, the decisions we have to make, right? Because we'll be said, you're not a real man if you don't go out here and provide and do this and do that. But if we sit down and say, you know what, my God says, I'm not going to sell drugs.
And you know what the realization of it is? Somebody gonna say, man, your integrity, they're gonna come up with all of this stuff that you're gonna say. And I guarantee you, the person that's in the comment that's gonna say that, they ain't never made sure Don P family eat. Hell, for that matter, they might not never made sure nobody eat.
To answer
outside of their own.
You asked me about the posts. Pre-Presso said accountability for what? All the lies we've been told in the centuries of brainwashing and whitewashing. This is the result of that. Accountability for what?
Accountability for believing that.
Yeah, and see, accountability as black people, for us to be able to change our community.
Accountability for believing it.
We have to become accountable. Have you been doing?
No, you got to be
everything.
No, you got to be accountable for what you believe.
Yeah.
Now, yes, they did lie to you, and the first time it was a mistake. The second time you got to be like, man, I listened to this fool again. Come on,
Yeah.
man. All of the times, all these times, we got to be accountable for listening to these people. When history,
And I
when
think sometimes we gotta
when history shows you over and over again that they don't have your best interest at heart.
and I think sometimes we gotta be accountable for our blackness. And you might and people gonna say, whoa, there you go, sir. What I mean our blackness, because I think it's levels to being black, right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the African
Yeah, I'm on like
species,
7 this
you know what I'm
morning.
saying? Yeah, yeah. I love it when you like that. That's why I like the questions. I love my people, man. They coming in and they talking, man. We need these conversations. But I feel like sometimes accountable for our blackness, meaning, you my brother. I don't have to know you. I don't have to, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna physically hurt you. I'm not gonna down you. I'm not gonna get away in your progress. I'll try to be of help to you. That's what black people in the 60s were about. They were more close. They had accountability for each other. Say, you know what? I know he didn't bring that much money home, but let me see if I could give him an extra shift or two over here to make sure, because his wife mad. I don't want him to go through a divorce. I don't want him coming home and he drinking himself to death. So let me see if I could give him an extra shift to help him. That's accountability for our blackness, where we turn around and we looking at it. Or one of our kids, that kid is you home and that kid is acting up. Well, son, come on here and get something to eat with us till your mom and daddy get home. You know what I'm saying? We have to take accountability for our blackness, because our blackness is the one thing that we own, that nobody can take from us. You know what I'm saying? They could try to taint it. They could send some traitors in, like we've talked about. They could send some people to infiltrate. But in the end, the basic thing of being black is that you're black.
Have you ever been in? See, I grew up in a. I always talk about my community because I learned so much from the little small Mississippi community called St. Martin Ocean Springs, which is really Biloxi, suburbs of Biloxi, right? I learned
up that area.
I've learned so much from this little small community, right? I went to a high school, 97% white, right? And you ever been in a situation where you have a group of friends, right? You feel what I'm saying? Let's say you have a group of friends and about 5 of them white and 2 of y'all black. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, you ever been in a situation where it come down to it and they got to make a decision and they got to be like, who did it? You ever been?
I was in the military. Trust me.
One thing about them, they could have been talking about each other the whole day. You in your mind, you like, I know for a fact that Matt is gonna be on my side because he was just now telling me a minute ago how much he hate Jimmy and Jimmy family. But when we get in front of the authoritative figure, Matt, even though he been complaining about Jimmy all day, when they say who was right and who was wrong, he is going to pick Jimmy
all day. All day.
I don't care how much he was complaining about Jimmy. He is picking Jimmy, bro.
All day.
Right or wrong, he
tell you something. That's what I've been saying. We got to show up our blackness, man. And that's
you know what we gonna do? We gonna pick who was really right. If Jimmy was right, we gonna say Jimmy was right. If Terrell was was right, we gonna say Terrell was right.
We had a problem with Terrell last week, and even though you know what I'm saying, Terrell wrong. Now we met, you know what I'm saying?
We might sell Terrell.
Oh yeah, there it is.
We might get him on up out of here.
And you know what? You speaking the truth of a lot of, because we got to press a restart. We got a big restart that we have to press for us to get this right in our community to get better. It's not that everybody got to be on the same page. Look, you can have your own page, but long as the ship sailed directly to the right way. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the problem gonna be. Because we can all start out and say, hey, we all going into our communities in every city, and this is what we gonna do. This is how we gonna do it.
Man, I ate dinner at Matt's house. But when it comes down to when he got to make a decision, he picking Jimmy. Now what we gonna do? I don't know. We just as backwards. Sometimes we gotta be like, I'm rolling with Terrell, right or wrong. We'll figure that out later. That's how me and my crew used to roll back in the day. Sometimes you have one person in the crew to do something and they really be wrong. We're gonna chastise them when we get ourselves. I'm not gonna try to chastise them and make an example out of them in front of my adversary, somebody that don't even care nothing about me, don't even like me. What would I look like trying to check serve in front of all of y'all? Y'all don't give a damn about me or serve.
Yeah, that hurt. Yeah. But I know it's 10 o'clock, man. I know, you know what I'm saying? We go same time tomorrow, man. We gonna do our thing. When is tomorrow?
Tomorrow is
Saturday?
No, tomorrow's Friday.
I'm working too hard.
Tomorrow's 4th of July Eve, man. Tonight is going down in a major way. I will be hosting at the Blue Now tonight, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I will be hosting at the Blue Now. It's the birthday bash.
I wasn't invited to.
Yeah, you was. Man, they got everything from Southern Soul to Neo Soul to R&B and hip hop. It's going down in a major way at Blue Now. You know what? I want to take an opportunity to shout out Jesse over at the Blue Now. He done had me over there booked a couple of times this month, man. So, well, Dizzle booked me on this, but still, all in all, I support and love on the people that love on me, and I will hope that you guys will continue to love on us. Be on the lookout. I do want to keep reminding you, we do have some new radio deals in place. I can't make the announcement right now, but I will be making an announcement real soon where we'll be returning back to FM radio in New Orleans. In the meantime, in between time, shout out to 105.9 The Breeze, Morgan City, Thibodeau, Homer. Shouts out to 105.7 New Iberia, Franklin. Man, still on in more than one market in Louisiana, man. Shouts out to all of the people that support me, that keep this project going. It is the Morning Brew. Sherv, any final thoughts before we get ready to get up out of here, bro?
Oh, man, look.
We play your theme music quick.
We got to get back to family, man. July 4th, man, get together. Invite somebody, man. Invite somebody over. You know what I'm saying, man?
Shouts out to that girl, Adrena, too. Adrena, hit me up. I want to book you at Bio Social. Yeah, call me. Let me get you on the calendar, girl.
So definitely, man, invite somebody over, man. Invite some of your people over there, black people.
Can't tell me Don P don't take care of his people. I'm going all out.
We coming to Cleveland. The tour is touching Cleveland in October, man. So get your tickets for the No Limit Cash Money Tour, historic tour. I'm definitely in there.
Cleveland, I'm coming. Don P coming.
So, got love for y'all. I'm on a run today.
I'm a No Limit Cash Money soldier.
No, I got to go. I got to go. Hey, all right, Miss JB5. Thank you, baby. We back.
Oh my goodness. Hey, that's a good one right there. Boy, I am a No Limit Cash Money soldier. I am not messing with you. Hey man, it's the Morning Brew, man. Tell a friend. Hey, all weekend long, man. Party safe, party responsible. Just giving y'all the lineup, man. I'll be with Lucky Johnson Friday, 4th of July, 5 to 8, man. We got a convo, film and conversations, film and cocktails. And then that night, man, 10 to 2, I'm hosting Biosocial. We're gonna be out there all Essence Fest weekend. We're gonna be out there, man. Hit us up. I'm gonna keep that party rolling. I'm yours truly, Don P. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Driving fuck.